So the courts have dealt with this by identifying 4 major areas of decision making where there is the possibility of an impasse in reaching agreement. So you're getting divorced and you're freaked out about who's going to be making final decisions on things for the kids. Stay with me as I explain how this works and what it means to you. So every day there are major decisions made regarding your kids, most of which don't require much thought. Things such as what's for breakfast, what sneakers to buy them, what movie to go see that weekend. There are also decisions that require a lot of thought, such as whether or not to get the child braces, which extracurricular activities they'll participate in, whether to hold them back for a year in school if they're struggling, etc. So for married parents, these decisions are ultimately made jointly, even if there's some back and forth discussion or debating on the merits of one decision or another. But when the parents are not married, either because they were never married or because they're divorced, these major decisions are much harder to reach agreement on because there's usually some level of tension or even just different parenting styles, especially when the parties are living completely separate lives and lifestyles from each other. So the courts have dealt with this by identifying 4 major areas of decision making where there is the possibility of an impasse in reaching agreement. Let me give you an acronym to remember these 4 areas. The acronym is here, HERE. The H stands for non-emergency healthcare decisions. We're talking about planned, scheduled, non-emergency appointments. But when it comes to emergency healthcare decisions, the parent in custody of the child at that time makes the decision then and there on the spot because it's an emergency. And that parent has a duty to notify the other parent as soon as possible. The E stands for educational decisions on matters relating to schooling. The R stands for religious training and upbringing. And the second E stands for extracurricular activity. Things such as swimming, football, chess, drama club, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, etc. The courts want the parties to consult with each other in each of these areas when it comes to making decisions, but knowing that the parties may ultimately not see eye to eye, they require either that the parties or the court itself determine who will be the tiebreaker in each of the areas. That's called final decision-making authority. Oftentimes, the parents will each take 2 of the areas, but sometimes one parent has final decision-making authority for all 4 areas, depending on the circumstances. In some high-conflict cases, parents may even agree to give third-party final decision-making authority in 1, several, or perhaps all areas to another person who's not a parent. The point for you to remember from this video is that you should try to work together with the other parent on these major decisions, but if you just can't see eye to eye with them, then after a good faith discussion between the parents, then in that case, the parent who has final decision-making authority in that area will have the final decision. Now let me tell you a story. I once had a case where the other party had final decision-making authority in education decisions, and she knew that regardless of how my client felt, she was going to decide what she wanted to do anyway. So she didn't even discuss the matter with my client and give him the opportunity to express his feelings or his opinions. And she went and did her own thing. So what did we do? We filed a contempt action against her for acting unilaterally against the parenting plan and violated my client's right to express his thoughts and have a parental conversation about these important decisions. We went to court on the matter, and when I asked her why she didn't even speak to my client, she admitted she didn't care one bit what he said, how he felt. She decided she was going to do what she wanted to do in the end because she had final decision-making authority in that area. So she thought it would be a complete waste of her time and her energy to hear him out. Well, as you can imagine, the court didn't like that one bit. She violated her court-ordered obligation to have a good faith discussion with my client, and she lost the case, and she had to pay my attorney fees, and the father was granted final decision-making authority for education decisions in the future. So the takeaway and the lesson for you from this video: don't abuse the trust and authority that's been bestowed upon you to make the final decisions in certain important areas of your child's life. Discuss and consider the other parent's point of view, and only then may you exercise the authority to have final say. Hey, thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. Be sure to click subscribe, like, follow, whatever is appropriate for the platform you're watching it on, and turn on the alerts so that you'll get notified when we post our newest videos. Please share these videos, especially this one, with other parents and other people you care about who need to see this information. Go ahead and repost it, and let's get this info out to people who need to know. Also, leave us some comments. Let me know if you have questions or suggestions for other topics, and let me know your thoughts. I really want to hear what you have to say. Just keep it polite. And remember to join our Facebook group at Georgia Divorce and Custody and join in the discussion. And as always, I look forward to seeing you on the next video.